Hi, world. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Gals, Gays, and Days. Woo! It's our third. Oh, my God. It's not even our Thursday show. Can I not even get the first thing I say right on the show? You know what, though? We're not going to start over. We're going to roll through it because that's the kind of show we are. Tuesdays here at Gals, Gays, and Days, I'm joined by the incredible Angelica Perman from the Angelica Perman Show. Hold for applause. And of course, the gorgeous Mariah, you see, and here, if you're watching us on YouTube or Twitch, you see her. If you're listening to our podcast, say hi, Mariah.
Hi.
And we kind of have a special setup today. Of course, let's not miss the biggest elephant in the room, me. But the room itself is kind of the elephant of the story because it's a completely new room for us. What is going on, Angelica?
You are in my boudoir.
Oh my God! I've made it! Mom! Your prayers have been answered. I'm in bed with a woman. Yay!
And you know, when we first met, I never thought we would end up in bed together.
And yet here we are. Here we are. But not for the reason people are usually in bed together. We are in bed together because this bed doubles as your studio. Yes, it's your new home studio.
Yes.
I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited to tell everybody in the GGT universe about it. Of course, you know, ModPod, our little parent company, produces your show, produces my show. And, you know, I own ModPod, so I'm sort of here with that hat on today, checking out the layout. Shout out to our boy, Ed. Ed, see ya. We cannot say enough. You helped us in a major way. He always, you know, he's our like technical guru. I've worked with him for years, and now Fandango's lucky to have him. But you know, I got to steal him for at least a few. This whole weekend, we kind of like we were moving equipment all over LA. We were doing a lot of stuff, but I'm so impressed. Like this whole like it does feel like a SNL skit to me.
It really does.
I feel like we should be talking about boys and braiding each other's hair.
Okay.
My hair on my head is so short, so you're gonna have to do my back hair.
Okay.
You can just braid that. Just I don't know why Mariah covers her mouth. I'm like, laugh, girl. This is a podcast. People want to hear you laugh. Okay, so today is Tuesday, and so always on Tuesday, you know, after our little catch up, I like to do the Rainbow Planet. That is our gay headlines news segment, and today's Rainbow Planet is going to be dedicated to one particular event indeed, and you can hear it right now as we start the Rainbow Planet. Here is today's Rainbow Planet. Happy Pride, queers! It's Pride Month, and this weekend, your favorite GGT host and its complicated boyfriend gayfully attended the first ever Weho Pride. Only first, you say? That's right. What a stunner. In what is sure to be a made-for-reality TV level of drama, the behind-the-scenes whatever happened between LA and Weho severed the two prides. So for 52 years, the LA Pride has taken place in Weho and been a parade down Santa Monica Boulevard. Now, Weho Pride is its own thing. That happened this weekend, and I'm excited to tell you about it. LA Pride is next week. But at this weekend's Weho Pride, I shook my groove thing to none other than season 10 RuPaul Drag Race winner and one-time Met Gala Ball attendee, Aquaria, hold for applause, who was DJing in front of the Pacific Design Center. So she was there looking fabulous. Following that, we saw Dorian Electra at the main stage, and she fully rocked with major Gaga vibes, and then made the entire audience go nuts when she actually covered a Gaga song at the end of her set. Having said that, one detractor was the price. It was $60 just for one person for the one day. And if we had wanted to go for a 3-day pass, it would have been well over $100. And, you know, that's a lot of money for people who really need Pride a lot. Of course, that's just the festival, and the parade and surrounding bars and clubs are all free, of course, or only have a smaller cover. I do think they're going for that music festival scene. So if you do check out next year's Weho Pride, be sure to pack your money bags, but also bring your fun spirit, get ready to dance. It was a great time. The crowd was pretty big this year, but I have a feeling it's going to be much bigger next year, and it looked amazing. There were rainbow decorations and lights in all the trees, and there was this gorgeous spray of rainbow light across the West Hollywood Library, which sits just adjacent to West Hollywood Park, which is on the corner of San Vicente and Santa Monica Boulevard in West Hollywood, which is where the festival was. So that was my recap on Weho Pride #1, and that is the Rainbow Planet. And now we're back to our regular show, GGT.
Yay.
Gals, gays, and theys, your one-stop shopping on the internet for all things queer. Are you guys ready to chat about Pride?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I just want to let you know,
Yes.
my little pussycat is meowing in the other room. And his name is Floki. So if he gets real loud, maybe I'll let him come.
I have a feeling it's only a matter of time till Floki.
Floki.
Flokey.
I'm not really sure how he spells it. He never told me.
Like, go with the flow, Key. Go with the flow.
Exactly.
Go with the flow.
I have a feeling Floki will become a regular cast member the way that Salem has. Where is Salem? Salem and Floki can be friends.
Okay, great.
So Salem, for those that are just tuning in, is Mariah's black cat. It's also a place in Massachusetts where witches were once drowned for heresy in the 1600s.
Burned.
So Salem. And yeah. So one of these days we're gonna have to do a show on past lives or something, because that would be so fun.
We're gonna do that later for next week.
I hear something's in the works. So quick recap on Pride. By the way, happy Pride to both of you.
Thank you.
It's the month of June, and all around the world, Pride celebrations are being celebrated. I do have to say that the gays were a little greedy, because we not only have Pride Month of June, we also have Gay and Lesbian History Month, the LGBTQ History Month of October.
Oh, wow, that's great.
There are actually some prides around the country are celebrated in October, but so many more are summer, which is, it's really, the season has kicked off. Yesterday's Weho Pride, I mean, I'm gonna just talk about it because I know we've got some good video to cover up here.
Yeah.
But it had a little bit of something for everybody.
Okay.
Let me tell you. There were lots of rainbows, lots of rainbow-clad individuals, lots of drag queens, people in different amounts of dress, amounts of clothing. Some of it was very. I probably in a former life would have judged it, but now I'm so sex positive, and I'm like, you're not hurting anybody. Go have fun. Although I do always want to be cautious of families, and children. They don't need to see things yet that have to be explained to them. But inside the actual, dance festival that was mostly adults, I could see like why the shirts. There was a lot of clothing optional chests around, and you can see all these handsome people.
Butt floss.
It was up so tight. I was like, my teeth were clean. Oh wait, you mean someone besides me? Well, I was tucked, and I was kidding. Could you imagine? I wasn't even in drag, but I just still showed up tucked.
Oh my god!
There was
in the spirit of tuck.
The floss one that was like there was this beautiful creature walking in front of me in what I can only describe as rainbow chainmail. Do you know what chainmail is? But it was cut to a V shape in the front and back. And then the V came down to the lower back and then expands just when it kisses the top of the crack into the bottom half of the skirt. And it was, and I'm just gonna assume there was floss underwear underneath there because it did not look like there was any underwear underneath there, but maybe something was underneath there.
Okay, something was holding it all together, not the chain links.
It's a lot of super glue, duct tape, and hope.
Ow!
Yes, that was what was holding that outfit together. But it was, I'm not, this is not judgment, by the way. I love the colors. I love people's individuality. I love it when people express themselves in ways that are true and authentic to who they are. So, so I saw a lot of that. I saw some really cool rainbow shoes. Check these out.
Oh, really?
I wanted to, actually, I could be showing some of this stuff to you as I say it. So it's like, we can have an honest reaction.
Okay.
So look at those handsome strangers.
Oh, so cute.
That's me and my It's Complicated. It's Complicated in front of the Pacific Design Center.
His hair looks great. He's so handsome.
Okay, I hope you're listening. It's Complicated. George. He is obsessed with hair. With
it's gorgeous.
Who's the guy that Shawn Mendes? Shawn Mendes is his like hair inspiration. His hair inspiration.
Hair spa.
His hair looks like Shawn Mendes. It's so good. Much better than me. I look like a Jamie Lee Curtis here without any makeup on.
No, you do not.
And then there was a little bit of this, so
cool.
someone was being carried away on a stretcher, and I
didn't realize. I thought I saw this rainbow on the cart, and I thought someone was being carted around because I didn't feel like walking.
So I'm so sorry, strange lady that was getting medical help. That Angelica thought it was fun, but no, I'm just joking.
There's always one. There's always at least one thing that goes down at a Pride.
Yeah.
There was that, and the other thing that I thought was worth talking about was as we were at dinner. a vehicle covered in military dressed police officers with like SWAT gear came. And I have to tell you, from a current headline standpoint of what's going on in the world with gun violence, this made me feel good. This made me.
Oh, it did.
And when I say this, people listening on the podcast are looking at a LA County sheriff like truck, almost like a float, covered in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least half a dozen to 10 like military dressed police officers.
They're ready to go.
Yeah, they were ready. They were showing a presence because there was no metal detectors at this event. God. There was thousands of people there.
Yeah.
And this is also a community that has its haters. And so I could see it turning into something serious. So their presence there was welcomed.
And they're sexy.
Did not.
And you knew they were there for the protection of everyone at Pride. So it was
they had like a pride flag like hanging from the car.
I saw it in the video that we show. It looks like one of them's like taking videos. I don't know.
I know. He's like he's like at the zoo. Look, these are gay cats. And these are gay squirrels, and these are we're all animals. Let's be honest. But it looks so good. Anybody familiar with downtown West Hollywood knows that little strip there that is like the epicenter of sort of gay nightlife. You know, Mickey's nightclub, the Abbey,
all day, all night, every day.
So that whole area just looked like a rainbow threw up on it.
Oh my God, that's
which is
great.
So great. And then of the two performances that we saw, one was the lovely Aquaria, which here is so funny about this is that that's not Aquaria, that's a backup dancer. Aquaria's up here being the DJ.
Oh, wow, cool.
Oh, actually, you know what? This was the dance right after that. Sorry, this is the Aquaria video. And so there she is. That was the season 10 winner of RuPaul's Drag Race that we did in that slow push. Although I do have this rule in my heart that if you're shirtless the way she is right now, she's got a wig on, she's got a full face beat, but she's got her boy body out.
Okay.
That's to me like a new kind of drag. It's sort of drag androgynous drag, which I'm really sort of like getting interested in.
Here's androgony?
I'm trying to come up with a word. Androgony.
Androgony.
It's androgony.
Ooh. Yes.
I'm interested in it because I feel like some of the ways, as I'm exploring this new world, as Anita Doll, darling, is exploring her drag persona on Thursdays here on the show, and this in life and practice, I'm discovering that like my best expression of her might be something a little less hyper feminine and a little more like a blend of like JD in there. Exactly. A little bit less. Yeah. So I was telling Mariah about this earlier, we were talking about it, and I'm thinking of maybe experimenting with her and her look and giving myself a little more colors of the wind with which to paint.
Colors of the wind.
With which to paint. I was inspired I was just inspired. Like when you look out, so I'm a man of a certain age, and I was there with this sea of Gen Zers. There's a lot of young people at Pride.
Okay.
And young people are kind of trendsetters. They know what's up. They're tapped in. Like, for example, besides Aquaria and her DJ set, we went and listened to the main stage. This fabulous singer named Dorian Electra. Have you guys heard of her?
No.
I hadn't either. But a lot of Gen Zs had. They knew the words. They were crying. They were all excited. She was giving full-on Gaga vibes. Here she is. I'm going to show a little bit of video. It's the green video. See, that's her outfit. So this is how far back we were.
Oh, wow.
So, a couple thousand people in front of us. Exactly. And she full on over the top costumes like Gaga. Wow. I think she's wearing a black latex like number with a big hat, fully breaking down the dance moves. And her name was Dorian Electra. And I had not heard of her, but everybody else had. And what I realized is these Gen Zers, they're really kind of hip to what is happening in all communities, but really our community too. And it's made me realize there's a deep appreciation right now for androgyny. There's way more gender bending happening where it's like, so you recognize that too.
Oh, for sure. I think gender envy is like becoming a really discussed thing on like social media, especially TikTok. And
gender envy.
Like
both men and women that maybe have traditional like identities are curious, like how's the other half living?
Yeah, it's like there's been a ton of non-binary people that I've seen on TikTok, like super attractive, that honestly, if you watched it and you didn't know who they were, you'd be like, that looks feminine, that looks masculine. They just like, you know? And so, and on all the comments are like, I have insane gender envy because a lot of people don't feel like they are one or the other. And being able to encapsulate both masculine and feminine energy, and some people really do that well. And so it makes you like, oh, I want to have both of those things too. I want to be able to be fluid and have this blend. And I think that that is becoming more desirable, like more and more. So
I think you're right. I think that tracks completely with what I saw at yesterday's Pride event. It was just, I mean, you had the muscle guys that, like when I was coming up, back in the day when I was a young gay man, and we had cobblestone streets. You remember? No. 3 minutes ago, when I was 20, I came up in a time when it was hyper masculine. Like like if you were gonna be gay, you were gonna I'm gay, but look how many muscles I've got. Look at how like I'm in the gym. And granted, there's still that population of gays, the muscle queens. They're all there.
And the leather.
And there's that's a big scene too. The leather daddies. The whole
leather daddies,
street fair kind of like guys.
Leather shorts, leather packages, leather stirrups, all kinds of things. Leather, and then an absence of leather, like on the butt area. Happens. Like there's leather. The chaps without the bottoms.
Exactly.
Bottomless chaps was a thing in New York City during Pride for sure.
But what I am seeing now, this is a great example, is a muscle boy, like someone who, like a twink that's clearly been working out.
There's so many names I can't keep up with.
A twink is, you know what an otter is.
No, what's an otter?
Well, it's like a twink with more hair. It goes bear. Otter,
I know what the bears. I know what the bears are. They're like big burly men with the beards, right?
Sometimes muscular, but hair is a defining characteristic. Usually a fuzzier body, and then you're usually like a little thicker. And then an otter is like a bear in training, like a little bear on the way, like a cub. And then a twink.
Fuzzy then.
They're like, they might trim, and even bears trim sometimes, but twinks tend to be like little hairless seals, like little, like younger men. They don't always younger. Sometimes you got older.
Hairless seals.
But, like smooth. And anyway, it might be muscular. The whole point of this was to say that what I was seeing was what I used to see was like, whether you were a twink, a bear, or a otter or anything else, you just presented very like masculine, like they wore tight clothes and tight pants and stuff, but I never saw gay guys wearing makeup like with a full beat, and now I do. This whole like James Charles, what's the other guy's name?
There's Manny MUA.
There's one in particular that has got like a line of products out that I can't think of his name right now, but it'll come to me in a second. But, they're men that are sort of like, they got the short hair, they're wearing masculine clothes, but then they just got a full, like, gorgeous eye on.
Right. Or they have a purse.
Exactly.
They have a man.
With Jeffree Star.
Thank you. Thank you. Ding, 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 ding.
Men with purses and pumps and then dress, very masculine, has become a big thing, too.
Yeah, and, like, I see a
lot
of...
women, too. Wearing more masculine with the feminine.
Yes, exactly. And feeling comfortable. Like, I think that it's the non-binariness of it all is starting to really come to a hill. Like, people don't want to be like, you could see that same guy in like, workout shorts and a tank top and heels.
Right.
Or like
makes it so much easier to dress.
I love it.
To have to
everything
choose.
You want. Exactly.
You just get it all.
I'll tell you what, it definitely makes my closet make more sense. Because I've got a whole range of stuff these days.
That's going to be cool.
From steel-toed work boots to stilettos with an open toe.
So you could do like a crop top with your steel toe boots and some little gym shorts and like a little cap, but it's like masculine, feminine workout or like what would you do? Okay, how would you dress right now if you were going to just do casual, but what we're talking about?
So I've been it's a great question. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So Anita Doll Darling is going to kind of try to sharpen some of her androgyny teeth. And I want to take a bite out of this look that so as I've been practicing, I've been sort of making this joke. By the way, I love Jamie Lee Curtis. I really do. I find she's a fabulous entertainer. She's a great supporter of ours. I've seen her speak at LGBTQ events. I love her. And yes, I have said a few times that when I'm coming out of drag and I take off the wig and the hairnet or the hair cap, with my gray hair and the cut, you know, she's got a short gray cut,
right,
and I'm a full face beat. I look kind of like Jamie Lee Curtis, and I don't hate it. I don't hate it. There was a contestant on RuPaul's Drag Race a few seasons ago. I want to say his name is Jesse or something J. Jesse J. That isn't Jesse J like a pop star though?
Yeah,
that's a
is.
singer from Shit with the Bangs. Okay, no, it was a similar name. Anyway, this was his look. And there's been a few drag queens over the years that you've seen just totally have like just either they're bald, like don't have any hair, or they have like their boy hair kind of worked into like a girl-ish style, or not, or just like looks like a boy.
Okay, so it could be your hair.
Yeah.
The way it is now without a wig, which
no
won't be as hot.
Exactly.
And then maybe the lashes.
I know by hot you meant temperature, not sex appeal.
Yeah, sexy for sure.
Still be sexy. Hot and spicy.
That's no question.
But not, yes. You have a question? I love it.
About your heat
No.
and all that stuff.
Without question. Thank you.
Without question.
Yeah, with the wig and the tits and all the layers, I was like, how is JD gonna go off on the summer tour dressed up as Anita? He's gonna be so hot.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
So
maybe that's also part of it. Is of all the things in my life, I do not like to be hot.
I don't either.
Like
I hate it.
You cannot get cooler. That was one of the things we said about growing up in the desert. Was you can always get warmer. You can always put more clothes on, put more blankets on, set yourself on fire. But you cannot. Please don't set yourself on fire. No. Right. All right. So, but you can not ever get cold enough. I mean, I guess in theory, you could jump in a pile of ice or something, but if you don't have that and you're just naked in your hot house and there's no breeze.
Child.
With all those layers. I mean, those breasts were like heavy. They're hot.
Okay.
You know.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and reveal a secret. Because we're talking about it and this is very, very apropos. So I did a test look on Friday.
Okay.
I was going out with my It's Complicated and our friend Irene for dinner. Shout out to Irene. At Chiconi's in West Hollywood, which is where the Vanity Fair party used to be once upon a time.
Fun.
They have a nice spot. It's a little pricey, but it was tasty. So
my God, that's fantastic, JD. You look gorgeous.
So, but no, the whole reason I'm showing this to you is because of the boob sweat leaking out from under my boobs.
Oh no.
Onto my belly. Do you see this?
No.
That boob sweat.
He's on the mic.
That boob sweat that you all are seeing at home is the reason why I'm thinking, all right, if I'm gonna get hot, I need to learn how to control like my sweats. Oh, I can't play the video, but
oh my God, you look so good.
Are you serious?
Yes.
You know what? It's the look. So Mariah,
I love the look.
Mariah, what do you think of the look? Since we're covering this with video, I'll bring it up to you.
Oh yeah.
Look how hot.
Oh, wait, I'm obsessed.
Yeah. Okay. Right? So I'm glad you guys are feeling it.
Good.
This dress that you guys.
Wait, I love it.
It cost $9.99. It's 3 pieces. It literally is lighter than one sock.
I was gonna say when you pulled it out, was it like this?
Yep, it was shrunk wrapped, and then underneath it, I'm wearing a pink cat suit. I wish that this video would play, but it's kind of like. Right now it won't, but here you go. You guys are seeing it at home.
Yes.
JD Floki is saying hi to you.
Hi, Floki.
Wait, with the wig too, it's so good.
Yeah, the bangs. So
it's the bangs.
But the reason I'm even bringing this story up is if you look closely, do you see with those spots underneath my boobs?
We got sweat.
That is boob sweat.
We got sweat marks
from under my fake rack down my belly.
There we
so
go.
We're fixed again. So we're back. Now you guys saw those. That was our test on Friday. Anita Doll Darling was going to go to the first night of Weho drag in that until the sweat started pouring out from under my boobs. And I can't believe I just said that sentence. That's so funny. And so what I'm realizing is you really got to, there's a lot of accommodations that have to be made. And if I didn't have to wear boobs because I was more of an androgynous, you see where I'm going with all this?
Right.
You can't not do a face beat. If you're a drag queen, you got to have a face beat, in my opinion, right? It can be an unusual face
beat. Well, here's what you could do. I have a great idea. So you get a bra, and then you just get the gels that go into the bra and push yourself forward. And then you will have breasts. They won't necessarily be as voluptuous. But you could have the breasts and it won't be hot. You just wear a bra with the gels in there.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You can have titties.
That I could practice with.
True.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty.
I love the look.
The look.
I love it.
The look looks a lot better. I was being harsh. I wore the glasses on honestly because I didn't love the way that I did my eyebrows. And the perfect thing about a wig with bangs is it sort of takes away. It disguises your eyebrows.
I like bangs
that's
with
rough.
Botox.
That is rough.
So,
Okay.
that's me.
Too much.
Oh my God! Yes, girl. Yes.
I love.
So the whole point of that story was that as I'm starting to explore, I love that Loki's like fully like scratching her face on the microphone.
Loki's on the microphone and the tail.
You can hear her purring.
It's a he, by the way.
Oh,
he presents as a he. He presents as a he.
Does he?
Does.
Has he had the opportunity to express?
Yeah, he's psychic. He's
themselves. For all we know, they're they.
I had Salem tell me all of his stuff.
Okay, what is Salem's pronouns?
There was a thing on TikTok where you wrote on little pieces of paper and then like would throw them, and then whatever they pick is like what you do. So I did it because I was like, that's so cute.
Let's do
So
that. Let's do that. Go get Floki. Floki wants to announce their pronouns on GGT today. This one's like Floki's a boy.
Salem is he, him, and he is gay. So.
Oh wait, he's gay?
He's gay. That's what he.
All right. Salem is he, him. He's me. JD.
And he's British.
Oh, he's British.
Wait. How did you decipher where he's from?
Oh, he has a thick British man.
I wrote like British, American, like options, and then I threw it at him, and he picked British. So.
Oh my God, he's British.
So hard to know, British or gay. Just kidding. But yes, he's British. he's gay and British.
Gay and British.
That's fun. I love that. Every year during the I think it's the Super Bowl or one of those sports that they have a bunch of animals compete to like mimic
the puppy bowl.
Oh, okay.
And then they have these dogs or remember they're turtles that like for 20 years have accurately picked the winner of this. Like they put something on them and they just watch where they go.
And then they're the winners.
And then wherever they end up, like which side they end up on is like that team that wins. And it's supposed to be I think it's a tortoise. I think it was a turtle. Maybe it's a rabbit. Anyway,
one of those.
Tortoise,
it's a tortoise or a hare. It's one of the two. So my little boob sweat story was all about talking about heat and about how important it is to stay cool
and to have a different outfit for the summer months.
Yes,
right.
Yes.
There's so many things you could do. So like, okay, I've got hair all over me now, but like a one piece, right? Mm-hmm. You can have like a one piece, but it's sleeveless, which is nice. And then the little bra with the little.
When you say one piece, do you mean a one piece bathing suit?
No, like a cat suit, right?
Suit. Okay,
like a cat suit, because they're or you can do one piece bathing suit with a little wrap that'll keep you nice and cool, and then you just put the little gels in there.
Yeah. Okay.
And you'll look fantastic.
Or not.
And then,
we'll
you do your hair like this.
I feel like I'm a big boob kind of gal or a no.
They can be big.
You're right.
They're just gels. They're just gels that you put in your bra instead of having to have the whole shebang.
It's like the boob job, but on the outside.
Got it. And maybe that's a little cooler.
And it will definitely be cooler.
Ooh, I wonder if I could carve out the inside of my breastplate and put little fans in there. So like the inside of the boobs were actually little silent fans. No, I'm being serious.
Or you could just have fans on the outside.
Nipples.
Yeah.
I'm like go gadget nipples.
Go gadget.
Okay. And they're just like zoom, 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 zoom.
Hopefully, I did see a really cool item when I was in Nashville. The bartender was at a place where there wasn't good air conditioning, and there was a thing that goes around your neck. So it wears like this, and it's two fans facing you.
Oh
yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
I actually do have
a
fan for my phone.
All night,
plug in all the time when I'm getting ready. I do.
Yeah,
you get these little fans that just plug into.
Oh, really? I thought you meant like the fan app to go to sleep.
It's like a single person fan.
Yeah, you're gonna need that kind of stuff when you're on tour. It's gonna be hot.
Yes.
And the ice packs you can put.
It's going to be hot, and Anita Darling does not like
especially in Texas, right?
Oh
God.
Yes.
The humidity. That's another thing. It's heat, but if it's humidity, I can't.
It's a whole another kind of heat when you are not only hot with physical heat, but you are sweating with wet heat.
Yeah.
Oh, I spent 3 months living in Puerto Rico. Beautiful people, beautiful country. Terrible humidity.
Oh my God.
Like so humid. El Yunque. Like
El Yunque
El
is
Yunque
humid?
is the jungle. It's the largest. It's the largest actual rainforest in North America is in Puerto Rico. Fun fact for everybody: it's called El Yunque, the jungle. And the coqui is a frog. It's like the national symbol of Puerto Rico. They're famous for this little frog called the coqui because in Spanish it goes like it sounds like it's saying its name. Coqui, coqui. And they're all over this rainforest. And now I realize what they're saying is, coqui, it's freaking humid. Oh, we're so hot. Take us back to North America where it's not so humid. Oh, the humidity is too much. Caliente. You're right, though. I am a little bit scared. Going out on this unsanctioned tour of North American gay campsites is going to be, some of it, I think, nice. Like when we start up in Canada.
Yeah, you'll be up higher elevation.
That'll be nice. But she's right. As we come down the Southwest. So, we'll just have to play that by ear and make sure that everything's going smooth. But I wanted to talk a little bit about Pride and something that I'm calling the rainbow wave.
Oh, and I love that.
It's a good thing. So yesterday before, I keep saying yesterday, that was 2 days ago. So dumb. On Sunday, Pride, I went to church that morning, as you know. And my church is very, very gay affirming to the point that literally our whole title of the church that's up on the screen had been redone with a rainbow, and the lyrics to the songs that we sing had rainbows around them. And at one point, hi.
This is what's going to happen the rest of the show because he wants to go outside to be with mommy.
He wants.
Yeah, he wants to be with my roommate Carol.
We will just go with it.
Okay.
Yeah. Church was wild. No. So what I loved about church yesterday was that it was so like as a young man and as a boy who grew up in a really, really conservative, very traditional sort of church, I had a lot of mixed feelings about it. So finding a church in my adulthood that actually affirms who I am and feels where I can be myself and authentic, and then to read a song lyric on the screen that says, one of the songs, this words was "The kingdom is yours," surrounded by rainbow flags.
Oh, I love that.
In church.
That's
and
amazing.
It was so emotional.
Wow.
And then to go from that to gay pride, I just had this like big feeling of like, oh, there's so much happening and so much to be excited about in 2022 compared to just even 2012. Gay marriage wasn't legal a decade ago. Right. Now this rainbow wave is insane. And I don't know if you guys noticed this, and this is my question. When you're watching social media, when you're watching things, and we're seeing rainbows pop up everywhere, right? Even Paramount streaming service, Paramount Plus, where I watch RuPaul All Stars season 7, is they changed the app, the look of the app logo to a rainbow flag with their Paramount everything on it.
Wow.
And my question is this: is that because they know I watch a lot of rainbow content, or does everybody's app look like that?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen the app.
We'll have to look it up. It's everybody's.
It's everything, because like so many. I've seen a few actually that have done that.
Mm-hmm. What was it? The LAPD. Let's show that. Michelle sent me this great article. So the LAPD are wearing their badges have been changed for the month of June to a rainbow badge, not their badges, sorry, like the patch on their shoulder.
Oh, really?
And it says LAPD with the rainbow behind it. I just find that to be so inclusive, so encouraging, so wonderful. I want to praise it.
That's wonderful.
And I also want to talk about the underbelly side. Like, I want to make sure that these companies that are like riding the gay wave, because there's so much commerce around Pride now. There's so much being sold. I don't know how many rainbow things I've bought. I have a lot of rainbows. Target was not giving away that Pride stuff. Like, it's all commerce. Great, they're doing it. Oh, in fact, what a great segue, right? This thing. Did you get to read that on our last show?
I was gonna say I did read it, but then what I noticed later, and this is why I think Target's doing really well, is because there's a tag. And they show the designer, and all the designers of these clothes are a part of the community.
Oh
And
my
that's
God,
why
that's
I think that
amazing.
it's different. Like they're getting money for this.
Exactly. That's,
He's
you know what, that
creative.
answers what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like the companies that are putting their money where their mouth is and really believe in the support of our community are ones that would hire gay designers so that we know the money that's being earned is going into the pockets of those fellow community members and allies. You know, it doesn't have to be LGBTQ. We get nowhere in life without all of our beautiful straight allies like Angelica.
Well, the thing is that change starts with many different avenues, right? And since we're in the society that's based on money, that's based on commerce, the fact that these companies are supporting that and that that's becoming profitable for them.
Exactly.
Great, because
that's a great
then
sign
that
too.
opens up the door and it's changing how we buy things, it's changing how we look at things, it's opening the door for everybody to be represented, right?
You know who's not using rainbows in their advertising right now?
Okay, who?
Gun manufacturers.
Interesting.
And John Deere factory, or I got to look this up to make sure it's true, but there's quite a few industries that don't do anything for pride.
Yeah,
they don't
they're
want
like
to even
making
be
a
associated,
statement.
I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
even Chick-fil-A
choice as well, right? Chick-fil-A.
Even Chick-fil-A.
You know, you're not going to get rainbow packaging.
Chick-fil-A. No rainbow chicken nuggets.
For those that don't know, Chick-fil-A, the restaurant, famously funded on a corporate level Prop 8, which was the proposition that initially did pass in California back in 2008, which had made the temporarily legal gay marriage status illegal until 2014 when we got the entire country. But yeah, so it's interesting. If you pay attention, you see who's supporting. I mean, there's been companies that have been so pro-gay for so long, like Absolute Vodka, Smirnoff, Bacardi,
alcohol.
Like, wait a second. Now that I think about it, there's a lot of alcohol companies that are very pro-gay. And then like Speedo. No, I'm kidding. So, but the companies that are like taking longer to come along or whatever, it might just also be they don't have a huge, like, you know, what you said was right, Angelica. Whether or not a company's motives are pure and they're giving money back to the community, or if it's just because it's good business, the fact that it is good business is a great
like
sign.
People are buying this stuff. They want it.
It means there's a market for it.
And it's forcing the change.
And it's encouraging the change. Yeah.
I think that's a really good positive way to look at it, because I've seen actually a lot of people on social media upset over, like, they call it rainbow corporations, like people just trying to check a box. But I think that's a really positive twist to look at it that way.
Yeah.
Because that is true. Like people, they know that people right now really want to buy Pride clothing or attire, and that's great.
And so cool. I'll take it. And and our community is so used to being crapped on that we'll take it. Any attention we'll get. I'm like,
cool.
You know, we'll take it. If you got a rainbow that you want to sell, I'll help you sell it. I want people to see the rainbow. I want everyone to kiss the rainbow. It goes, I guess Skittles is the most pro-gay company there's ever been.
Right?
They've been talking about rainbows for years.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so it was great to see so many rainbows. We'll show up on the screen a little thing of some of the companies that are using rainbows in their marketing, which includes Paramount Plus, which I was excited to see. No surprise there, since Paramount is obviously the parent company of RuPaul's Drag Race and all that. And I can't remember, there was one more. And the LAPD guys. Yeah. So like just seeing the representation out there, seeing these parades, you know, I didn't want to get too into the gossip of why Weho Pride separated from LA Pride. But the good thing of all that drama is we get 2 weekends of back-to-back Pride.
More Pride.
And then I guess DTLA has their own Pride. So there's like the LA Pride, the Christopher West organization or whatever that is, the one that is having the 52nd annual parade this year. The parade is moving from Santa Monica Boulevard in West Hollywood, where it's always been, to Hollywood Boulevard, like in the heart of
when is
that situation, next weekend. And my church, shout out to newabbey.org, my gay affirming gorgeous church in Glendale, California, is not having church on Sunday, so the entire congregation can march as a group in the LA Pride parade.
Are you going to be in the parade?
Okay, so here's the facts that I was going to be, and that was, and I've been dreaming of it, and I was going to go as Anita.
Oh, but you have things to do.
But we are, in a lot of transition right now. In fact, I think we can announce that this Thursday, please tune in to our live show. It will be a very special day for more than one reason. That's a good tease. Somebody who we all know and love is celebrating a special occasion. And so we'll be celebrating she, ally. And we will also be celebrating a big farewell to ModPod Studio 1.0, which has been a true blessing and a total gift to us and created so much. But everybody knows, because we've been talking about it, that the property is getting sold. We're taking our act on the road before landing somewhere else. And so Thursday will be a really good show to celebrate all that has been, all that is, and of course, highlight one of our own. Super secret hint. It's Angelica, and it's her birthday. Yay! Surprise! And so that will be really fun on Thursday. But then right after that, we have to start finding like what's next. And so my mom and I, my +1 in life now, she and I are going on a mother-son journey up the entire west coast of United States, all the way from where we are in LA up to Seattle.
How are you going to take this trip?
In my SUV vehicle.
Okay.
Stopping. My mom thinks the max she can be on the road each day is 7 to 8 hours, which is pretty good for 75.
Yeah, so I agree.
She's a lady of a certain age. I shouldn't have thrown her age around. Sorry. It's a little more than that, actually. And sorry, Mom. And so she's like, whatever. So 7 to 8 hours is the most that she can handle per day. But most of where we're looking at resettling is more is the Pacific Northwest, which for us, we include Northern California in that. That's like Northern California, Western Idaho, Northern Nevada, and all of Oregon and Washington.
Okay.
So we are starting this. My nephew is turning 30. Happy birthday, Roger, shout out to you. And later in June. And so we've timed it out to drive up the coast and stop and see several real estate and land opportunities along the way.
Okay.
Staying at some of the finest Best Western and Marriotts the country has to offer. It's not exactly a luxury vacation, but it is going to be got a lot of good bonding. I think my mom and I will get to really talk through a lot of stuff and really express what is our truest, most authentic desire for the future.
I love
what
that.
What do we really want?
It's amazing that you guys are giving yourselves that time, but also
really
for both of you to decide that together.
Well, we're very much in it together these days. I mean, gosh, I guess that would be personal for me going into like the whole history of my family and stuff. But I'm not married. My mom is now unmarried. And so life is just easier with two, especially when it comes to like building a business or starting a household or having the finances to invest in a down payment, and all these things. So, real estate wise, we've really been a tight unit most of my adult life. So we're excited to do this next chapter together. And the goal, and I'll even throw up like some of these images along the way. Like what we're going to do is record and create content and really bring all of you, our fans and friends and family, that are part of our GGT community, bring you on this journey to ModPod 2.0, which is an RV, the Anita Darling's Winnebago, which will be outfitting and going on this tour eventually, and then also just looking for the land, like taking you on the whole experience. Like,
oh my God, I can't wait! That's
exciting. I hope people are into it. I'm super into it. Where are we on our clock?
We're about 50 minutes.
I love it. That's a great time for a good podcast. We covered Pride. We are here introducing Angelica, the Angelica Perman studio, the Angelica Perman show studio. We got to come up with an official name. Can I put a plaque on your wall? It's like JD honorary studio.
You can say JD here.
JD.
JD was here.
All your guests start signing the wall.
Oh my God, I love it.
Oh my gosh. What would like a boyfriend think? Wait, what was going on here?
How many people have we got in here?
I host a podcast.
It's all JD, John,
exactly.
David, and then Anita, and they'll be like, interesting.
You're like, no, drag queen.
Drag queen.
Still
interesting.
Still boy. Oh, and you know what? I want to make this announcement too on an upcoming show, because I didn't realize until I've had, this sort of new explosion into the drag culture and a lot of my friends reaching out with curiosities and questions, and how many people don't know the difference between a drag queen versus a person who's trans or transsexual versus a person who is, non-binary, or, there's just a lot of confusion still, I think, out there, and not so much in our sort of community that's steeped in all this stuff, but like one more level out, that they're not judging, they're just genuinely curious. Because I think a couple of people have been like, I didn't know you were like transitioning to becoming a woman.
Right.
And I'm like, I am not transitioning to becoming a woman. Are you kidding me? It is so hard being a woman. Whew.
Oh my God.
It was a lot of work. No, I am an entertainer. I am someone who, and honestly, part of the whole, like when you look at Drag Race and when you look at great drag queens, I mean, go look at Cornbread's finale look as both Beauty and the Beast at the season 14 finale. Like that art is so next level, and when it's done well, I mean, it is almost beyond gender. It's just this whole new thing, you know. So
beyond gender, I like.
So we'll do a whole show that really kind of breaks down, like, and then because I think what is also confusing a lot of people is there are more and more trans queens coming along. So it's not to say you can't be trans and be a fabulous drag queen. In fact,
that's true.
Oh God, I love her, Monique. Oh God, what is Kylie? Anyway, she just won.
There was a few, right, on the last season.
UK versus the World, I think that's that first series. Or I'm getting all. There's so many RuPauls out there, but the point is Peppermint. There's a bunch of trans queens, a bunch on season 14. Just like literally, Jasmine Kennedy came out as trans. Carrie Colby was there, who's like one of the biggest like drag icons. Trans drag icons there is. So so it's all, but that's just not my story, but that's also a beautiful part of the community. So explaining and helping people understand like why different people do kind of different things and what it all means is a really important part of GGT, because the more questions we ask, the more we understand each other. And it's a big goal of this show to make sure that that we show love, self-love, and care for one another by caring about each other, like asking questions about each other and trying to understand each other. So that's our goal here. Well, let me tell you, everybody, before we go, any final words from either one of you before I say goodbye?
I'm gonna miss you guys when you're on the road. I'm so happy for you.
But look at this. Do you look? It's like she's right there.
Mariah's there. I know Mariah's there.
So we are creating something special, and one day I think we are all going to be together again in one place. I feel it. If not forever, at least momentarily.
Yeah.
But so you know, for anybody who's new to the show, or just if you like what you heard today, please go over to our YouTube page and subscribe and set your notifications. We also have a presence on Twitch and social media. Our social media handles at ModPod Studios. Our website is www.modpodstudio.com. And Anita Doll Darling, of course, would always love your love and support. Angelica Perman is always available. Mariah, she's got it there. Just find us. Find the GGT crew. Follow, like, love. We will share that love with you. We're going to take you on all of our journeys. And I think I mentioned there's Patreon with exclusive content. We're just really figuring all this out. And so, yeah. And the Angelica Perman Show. Is at 4:00. That's right. And what's also great is that you are going to see coming up next the Angelica Perman Show. So stay tuned right where you are, because if you're watching on YouTube right now, we're going to roll right into her show. And why wouldn't we? We're at her gorgeous boudoir studio.
True.
Right. So for all of us here at Gals, Gays, and Days, thank you. We always say it. Don't let perfection be the enemy of fabulous. Bye.